Dave again from WebGarden, making another tutorial video on how to use the lesson plans and classroom activities building feature that I created last night. So let's just take a quick look at the front end and just know that this area right here, what is going on? This area right here that shows this link is really just a placeholder, so please ignore this part. What I'm really talking about is this little paragraph up here, and then everything from here on down. So you can see it says lesson plans. These are some ideas and lesson plans for facilitating philosophy discussions with pre-college students, blah, 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 blah. This is really just text I took from the old website. It also has a couple of links to Plato, which has a very extensive teacher toolkit as well. And let's just take a quick look at the formatting. Basically, all this is going to display is the actual title of the exercise or the classroom activity or lesson plan, plus a small photo, the featured image. So what you can see is that I uploaded all of the lesson plans and most of the classroom activities already. There weren't a huge number of them to get done, so I really didn't mind taking care of a lot of that for you guys. But let's just take a quick look at how these work and how you can enter other ones as they come up. Jana, I know that you said that this is a place where you guys plan on doing a lot of data entry. As with all of the other videos, I usually have the actual old website open to the lesson plans, and then we'll also open up another tab for the classroom activities, because there's a few things in here that that I ran into that I want to sort of explain to you why I didn't upload them. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is actually go ahead and if you want to add a new one, is you go here to New and Lesson Plan Activity. What you're going to notice here is that I didn't incorporate any fancy custom variables for this particular custom post type. It's just like any other page in WordPress. So when you're adding a new lesson plan or activity, just code it up. You put in the title. You can use this editor window to paste anything in. What I did for a lot of the lesson plans is I simply opened up a particular lesson plan, copied the entirety of that whole lesson plan, and then pasted it right into the document. You can even go ahead and grab the second photo, copy, and paste. In the photo itself, you just want to go ahead and click so that it right aligns or left aligns or however you want that to be. You can place that photo, left align it, and get relatively a nice little layout. Then you'll notice that you can actually preview these and see how they'll look on the website itself. You can see that this one probably needs a little bit of work. I did a little bit more work on the one that I copied over before. Again, this is really just a tutorial, and we're not even going to keep this particular lesson plan, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that page. But the point here is that that part is incredibly simple. I'm also going to go ahead and delete that draft that I just created because it's already a lesson that I uploaded. So you'll see, let's see, where's that? Ethical dilemmas right here. Let's go actually take a look at that particular post, and you guys can see how I organized it just a little bit better. Again, there wasn't a whole lot for me to work with for some of these, so they definitely do look a little bit sparse. But since the lesson plans themselves were just so varied, I decided to make the format a little bit more malleable, a little bit more, you're not locked into any one particular format, whereas, in some of the other things, I really felt like the elements were a little more systematic, a little bit more uniform across different listings. So it makes it a little easier for me to provide a format for you guys that doesn't require any interaction really other than inputting the data. So let's just take a look at another one. This is Difference, a philosophy game. Again, I'm using the visual tab here to copy and paste these over. And the visual, tab really does get you pretty far with a lot of this stuff, so we can actually just take a look at this particular one. It's a fairly nice one, um, and it comes out rather well. Pretty clear, pretty simple, and really this only took me a few minutes. All I did was copy and paste from this particular plan. I literally went like this. Oh, no, wait, sorry, this is the wrong one. Here it is. Here it is, playing with difference. Alright, I literally just took all of this content, like this, copied, and then went into a new lesson planner activity and literally just pasted all of that in. Um, Obviously, you want to include a featured image for every single one that you post, and the reason for that is that here in the lesson plans, this gallery grid that you see pop up with all the titles, and you can click on them, that gallery grid is what uses that particular image. So you'll notice difference of philosophy game. There's that image of the actual game being played, or at least the game being set up. For a lot of these, I just went onto Google and found images, because a lot of the lesson plans that you guys had up here, there were no images that went along with them. So yeah, in terms, Jenna, of combining these units, 1 through 4 on the moral philosophy and genocide, I hear what you're saying. You want to keep them all together. That's fine. You certainly can. In terms of their readability, though, I just, in general, recommend keeping things simpler. For this particular unit, you already have to scroll 1 full page length, pretty much, in order to see everything. If we had all 5 of them, it's like scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it just keeps on going. At the bottom, you'll notice that there is, and maybe I'll work on making this a little more visible, but there is actually a link to the next unit. So you can just simply click right through all of these and get onto Unit 2. Again, it's really just my idea for how it should be organized. Jenna, if you don't want it to be like this, you could literally and very simply open up a new lesson plan activity and literally just take all of the text from all 5 of those and combine them into 1 single unit. Not a problem, but in order for me to continue coding up the rest of the things that really need attention right now, specifically this main lesson plan page, this whole discussion questions that are associated with all those books, that is going to be really the next big project that I need to tackle. So in order for me to move on and start doing that, I am going to need some help if you want things like these 5 lessons combined. So anyway, that is, I believe, the end of this little video. Should be pretty simple and self-explanatory when you get into actually editing these or making new ones. Oh, and by the way, on editing any of these, as long as you're logged in, you can literally click on any of these things and simply hit the Edit Lesson Plan Activity button up here, and then you can edit all of the text. So Jenna or Kate, I'm not sure which one of you will be actually doing that editing, but just so you know, it is really, really simple to go ahead and make changes. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this little video. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you both are well.